Raheel Reza, who led the backyard prayer, is here today as well. She does the traditional call to prayer, something else that women don't normally do.
Lose sight of that.
Then, as in most mosques, a sermon before the prayer.
We need perseverance in everything we do. Allah rewards perseverance with success. And we have to keep going and keep going and keep going. And I'm hoping that other mosques will follow our example, and that other prayers will be led by other women. And these young ladies will be the prayer leaders of tomorrow. I'm counting on you guys. We need to keep going, and we need to be willing to do it in the face of opposition, because the opposition is going to get worse before it gets better. And we all have to be prepared for that. And we all have to hold on to the fact that this is truth. Allahu Akbar. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Then, the moment that'll go down in history.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Oh Allah, please bless us this day. Bless us in all our efforts and our service to you. Assalamu alaikum. Nice to meet you. Good job. Thank you.
A Kerala Muslim woman Imam who held the Friday prayers at a mosque for the first time is now facing the heat from the community. The 34-year-old Imam, Jamita, said she is facing threats from fundamentalists who are claiming that she has defied the religion. Jamita led the namaz in Malappuram, in which she was attended by 50 people. She had earlier faced flack for speaking against the priest on instant triple talaq and religious conversions.
It's because men has dominated religion within time over history, and this is also why many interpretations of a religion are patriarchal in their interpretation. So I do believe that it is important. I do believe that with the spreading of female imams, it will help creating a more progressive spiritual approach to the interpretation. My father, he always he introduced me to scholars who have a feminist spiritual approach to the understanding and interpretation of Islam. And the way he practiced Islam and the way he defines his interpretation, to me it's a feminist spiritual approach.
I felt that that's what God wanted, was for me to accept what already was happening. But I think as an intelligent thinking person, after a while I began to see that there seemed to be an imbalance in that approach.
Frustrated by not being able to see the Imam during Friday prayers, she founded a new mosque that allows men and women to worship together in the same space.
The name of the mosque is Kabul Maram. That translates to Heart of Mary. The founder of the mosque says the name was chosen because Mary, mother of Jesus, is significant in Christianity and Islam.
Egyptian-born Hussam Musa says he stopped going to the mosque after the birth of his daughter 11 years ago. Now he wants to bring her to the mosque in Berkeley.
Show her a new model that can kind of point out to her, like, you can retain your religious heritage and retain your religious culture in a space and environment where you are equal and not just separate but equal.
But not everyone accepts this way of worshiping.
I've had some backlash from Muslim men, but I was determined from the beginning that if I get threats or if there's language or something doesn't feel good about it, I would just ignore it.
For many Muslims, men and women praying separately during service is an important tradition. For some women, being separate from men during a service has never been a problem.
That's just how I was raised.
But this mosque is allowing Salima Jones, a lifelong Muslim, to do something she has never done.
Allahu Akbar. I've never been to a mosque where a woman led a prayer so much as where I would ever think that I would actually lead the prayer as well. So it gives you an empowering feeling. You know, you can pretty much go out and do anything.
For Keeble, the goal is to create a space where everyone feels welcome.
And if someone wants to join me, male or female, Shia, Sunni, whatever you are, whatever color you are, wherever you come from in the world, then you join me here.
Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, the most gracious, the most merciful. Malik Yawm Ad-Din, master of the day of judgment. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Thee do we worship, and thine aid do we seek. Ihdina as-sirata al-mustaqim, show us the straight path. Sirata alladhina an'amta alayhim, the path of those on whom you have bestowed your grace. غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. Not the path of those whose portion is wrath or who go astray. Ameen. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Qul huwallahu ahad. Say, Allah is one. Allahu samad, the eternal. Lam yalid wa lam yulad, he gets not nor is he begotten. Wa lam yakun lahu kufuwan ahad, and there is none other unto him. Allahu Akbar. Sami Allahu liman hamida. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Bless you, assalamu alaikum.
Okay, I'll start by answering him first, inshallah. Concerning the woman's voice in the mosque, what you said, brother, about correcting the imam, yes, the woman should clap, and that is for distracting reasons, you know. But there is in the biography of the Prophet evidence where women actually were imams of men, and they read Quran. And it was an older woman, and she could actually be the imam of little boys. So there is evidence that they have been imams. It's not that their voice itself is awra, but it's the way the voice is used. So if they recite Quran, I'm coming to your question. If they recite Quran in a seductive way, and you feel that the spirituality of the Quran is taken out because of their voice, that is when their voice is awra. But in Malaysia, they have Quran contests. And actually, it's on TV everywhere, and we watch it and we see it. And big scholars, such as Ismail Farouqi, may Allah have mercy on his soul, saw nothing wrong with that. And he's a big scholar. And many scholars see nothing wrong with that they recite the Quran. You see? So the awra is the way, or that you should not hear it, or should not be exposed, is when you misuse that voice for other reasons. Wallahu a'lam. Okay, good question.
Anguish and marginalisation, feelings familiar to many transgender people in Pakistan who've traditionally been the subject of abuse in society. Here, friends mourn the fatal shooting of a fellow transgender woman who died after the largest hospital in the region refused to treat her for her wounds. 23-year-old Alicia's death sparked debate over the rights of transgender people. And now, a sign of things to change. A group of clerics in Pakistan have declared that marriage between transgender individuals is allowed under Islam law. A fatwa signed by 50 clerics sought to affirm and clarify the rights of transgender people. The chairman of the clerical body in Lahore says they issued a fatwa because transgender people are not getting their due rights in society. In 2012, Pakistan's Supreme Court declared equal rights for transgender citizens, including the right to inherit property and assets, following the right to vote, which was granted the year before. Shunned by mainstream society, transgender individuals are often forced into begging and prostitution to earn a living. Although the Lahore cleric's fatwa is not legally binding, it's considered by some as a reassuring sign of the country moving in the right direction.
Meet Mushin Hendricks, a South African openly gay imam who leads a devoted congregation of lesbians and gay Muslims. Hendricks was brought up in an Orthodox home. Today he is free to present himself as gay as he enjoys the freedom of the South African Constitution.
I got divorced at the age of 29 after being married for 6 years, and then that's the point where I just felt that no more double life. I need to be authentic with myself, and part of that authentic process was to also come out.
Mushin Hendrick has always dreamt of following his father's footsteps to become an imam. In his Cape Town-based mosque, Friday is dedicated to prayer, but there is no distinction between women and men.
I choose to be in a place where I feel welcome and be a part of the community and have a relationship with God, and a very healthy one as such, and not feel like I am part sinned all the time.
Mushin's gay mosque even goes ahead to bless future couples in a move that has been heavily criticized by some.
How can you be homosexual? It's forbidden. And it's your duty as an imam or anybody who's a Muslim, right, to go and speak to them and say, no, it cannot be.
Despite facing discrimination, Mushin Hendrick says he will not give up, saying he believes one day his fellow imams will recognize him and his mosque.
I can sort of remember when I went out the first time and out my door, and everybody sort of laughed at me and had so much trouble. You know, people sort of call you tranny when it's like snowing, and people used to swerve their cars, and when the ice flicked ice at you.
You just want to be able to live your life.
I just want to live my whole life like a human being and be treated like a human being.
Yes, I am here. I'm gay, I'm Muslim. I help young gay Muslims reconcile their sexuality with their spirituality by facilitating Marhaba, which is a support group, which is a safe platform. However, it's a heavy load as well. You know, when someone says to you, you have given up, there's still a lot of work to be done.
You can be both, but you need to have the support to be able to do it.
When religion is used to discriminate and ostracize, and it's no longer pure.